Hey there, and welcome to this explainer. We're jumping right into a topic I am absolutely passionate about, renting in the villages. If you're gearing up for your very first trip down here, I've got to tell you right off the bat, this is not your standard Florida vacation rental. Things like where you're located, what time of year you arrive, whether there's a golf cart waiting in the driveway, and even what the listing actually means by pool access can literally make or break your entire trip.
It's so easy to just assume this is like any other beach town, right? You just book a house, pack a bag, and relax. But as you can see in this side-by-side comparison we've sketched out, the Villages is a totally different animal. It has its own unique infrastructure, its own unwritten rules, and a very, very specific way of life. Taking just a few minutes with us today to understand how this local rental market actually works is going to save you from making a really expensive or just straight-up frustrating mistake. Let's dive right into the 7 key lessons you need to know.
Okay, lesson number 1, seasonality. When you decide to visit dictates pretty much everything. Just look at this breakdown on the whiteboard. January, February, and March, that is our peak winter season. The demand is absolutely massive. People are booking the best spots 6 to 12 months in advance. So, if you want to escape the snow, you've got to expect peak rates, and you really need to be hunting for places by late summer. But on the flip side, if you're willing to come down in the summer months, demand drops, rates cool off significantly, and you pretty much have your pick of the litter.
And honestly, what does that matter, aside from your wallet? Well, if you're using this trip to test the waters before buying a house, you have to know that July and January feel completely different here. It's like night and day. Renting in the summer just won't give you the same picture as renting in the winter. So if you can swing it, it's highly recommended to try and visit during both seasons. You really want to know what the year-round lifestyle actually feels like before making a big move. All right, moving on to lesson number 2, location, and specifically golf cart distance. Now, you might see a rental on your phone, look at a standard map, and think, oh, perfect, it's super close to the town square. But actually, hold on a second. Out here, car distance and golf cart distance are 2 entirely different things. Remember, the Villages is massive. It literally spans 3 whole counties. Your regular GPS is going to show you the roads for cars, but that straight line might be a super winding, much longer trip on the designated golf cart paths. And since cruising around in a golf cart is half the fun, you really need to know that actual travel time.
So before you hand over your credit card, you've got to check the actual golf cart route, and we've got a brilliant little step-by-step hack for you right here. Step 1, download the free Villages app. Step 2, punch in the address of the rental you're looking at. And Step 3, use the app's built-in golf cart navigation feature. It's going to map out the exact path and give you the real travel time to the squares, the pools, or the golf courses. Trust me, doing this is an absolute game changer for picking the perfect spot. Which brings us perfectly to lesson number 3, golf carts themselves. They're a huge part of everyday life here. But here's the catch. A lot of seasonal rentals include a cart, but plenty of them do not. And renting one yourself out of pocket, that's a hefty chunk of change added to your budget. So if a listing does say a cart is included, run through this quick checklist with the owner. Is it gas or electric? How many seats? What is their policy if the thing breaks down? And this is a big one, how does the short-term insurance coverage work? Securing your own insurance for a borrowed cart can be incredibly tough, so you absolutely must know what's covered before you turn the key.
Okay, so you've got the house and you've got the cart. Lesson number 4, resident privileges. How do you actually get access to the executive golf courses, the pickleball courts, and all those beautiful rec centers? This is where it gets a bit tricky, because those privileges are actually tied to the homeowner, not you. And how landlords pass that access down to renters can vary wildly from house to house.
Don't pull your hair out trying to memorize the community rulebook. Instead, just ask the landlord exactly how they handle it using this specific amenity paperwork checklist. Ask what exact paperwork they're providing, what kind of ID card you'll receive, and most importantly, what exactly that ID lets you do. Also, ask if there's an extra transfer fee and where you physically need to go to pick the card up. Oh, and here is a massive tip that catches so many people off guard. District customer service offices are only open Monday through Friday. So if you roll into town on a Saturday, you might be waiting until Monday morning to actually use any of those amenities.
All right, let's talk money with lesson number 5, total rental costs. It is incredibly tempting to just look at that advertised monthly rent, right? But look at how this scale tips. A lower rent on paper can actually end up costing you significantly more once the hidden fees start piling up. Some winter rentals bundle everything into one nice tidy price, but others, they're going to charge you separately for unbundled services and utilities.
So to protect yourself, you've got to build a hidden fees checklist before signing anything. Ask point blank, are electric, water, internet, and lawn care included? What exactly is the cleaning fee and are there checkout fees? And don't forget the security deposit. Get the exact amount, the due date, and their precise policy for when and how you'll get that money back. Doing this upfront keeps everything super transparent and saves you from a really nasty surprise on your budget later. Now, because winter rentals involve some pretty substantial deposits, they unfortunately attract scammers. So lesson number 6 is absolutely crucial: scam prevention. We've mapped out a very clear 4-step verification flow for you. 1. Get the exact street address before sending a dime. 2. Hop online and check the county property appraiser's website. You want to verify that the person you're dealing with is actually the owner or a verified property manager. 3. Pick up the phone and call the owner directly. Hear their voice. And 4. Make absolutely sure you get a written lease agreement before you wire any money.
Listen, the rental market is hot, but do not let anyone rush you into sending cash quickly just to hold a property. And hey, just because you found a listing on a familiar site like Vrbo, Airbnb, or Facebook doesn't mean you can skip doing your own homework. Here's the golden rule. If a host won't answer your basic questions, or they refuse to speak with you directly on the phone, walk away, period. There is always another house, and it is never worth the risk.
All right, we made it to lesson number 7. And this one's all about one little word that trips up so many first-time renters: pool. When a listing mentions a pool, what does that actually mean? It is a hugely popular search term down here, but you've got to look really closely at the fine print.
Check out this split screen. Sometimes pool access just means they're giving you the resident ID to go use the shared community pools with everyone else. But other times it means the house actually has a private pool sitting right in its own backyard. As you can guess, those are two wildly different experiences.
Now, if you scored a place with a private pool, that sounds amazing, right? But here is exactly what you need to ask. Keeping a private pool warm in January or February takes a lot of energy, and I mean a lot. And that cost might not be in your base rent. So ask the landlord directly. Is the pool truly private? Is it heated? And is the cost of heating it included in the rent? Getting those 3 answers now will save you from getting hit with a shocking utility bill in the dead of winter.
So bringing this all together for our final thought, I absolutely love this quote we put up here. Use your stay to live like a local, not a vacationer. If you are renting because you're thinking about putting down roots and buying a home here, remember that this rental is really just buying you time.
Seriously, take it for a local test drive. Don't just sit by the pool treating every day like a non-stop vacation. Go do the mundane stuff. Go grocery shopping. Take the golf cart out after the sun goes down. Visit a few different rec centers. See how long it actually takes to get to the places you care about. Try to figure out what a perfectly ordinary Tuesday in the Villages actually feels like. Because at the end of the day, when the vacation glow wears off, that ordinary Tuesday is the real lifestyle you're deciding to buy into. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this explainer today. We are constantly building out a whole library of practical, honest guides right here at Only Villages to make your visits, rentals, and eventual moves totally stress-free. So, I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Are you just planning another standard Florida vacation? Or are you finally ready to test drive your future hometown? If this was helpful to you, please hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and I will see you around the squares.